Hello, and thank you for joining me on Fun Watch. My name is Christian Boxley, and today we will be talking about that Supergirl trailer that just dropped, directed by Craig Gillespie, written by Otto Binder, Billisk Everly, and Tom King. Supergirl will be the fourth project in the James Gunn DCU and the second film within that universe released. I'll be honest, I'm going to be a bit tougher on this movie than I am with most other projects because of my love for the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic. At the start of production on this film, Gunn and team were very open about the comic book that inspired this chapter of the DCU. Everyone should read this comic. It's a very fantastical sci-fi book with colors that are popping out of the page and art that will literally make you feel like you gotta throw your shades on. So unique from the other Supergirl comics that have released, making it feel grander and different than even Superman books. Kara wields a sword and has a trusty companion, Krypto, and none of it takes place on Earth. The story of Woman of Tomorrow is a tried and true Superman, House L story though. The comic does highlight what makes her and her cousin Cal different, but also the same, the goodness they have within. Let me read you one of my favorite panels from the comic. If this doesn't sell you on Woman of Tomorrow, I don't know what will. What I write next, I write based on my observations in those long ago days at the side of the greatest warrior in the history of this August reality we all call home. It's important to note that my assertions do not rely on anything Supergirl said. It was not a subject we ever discussed or even broached, but nonetheless, I believe it to be as true as turning of worlds. You see, what is not well understood about the daughter of Krypton is that her power was not one of action, but one of restraint, endurance, and passion. She did not choose to fire a beam from her eyes or have breath of ice or run faster than a speeding bullet or any of her other well-documented miracles. No, she held back the heat vision to look you in the face. She warmed her breath to converse with you. She slowed herself to walk by your side. Every moment, every day, she suppressed the forces churning inside of her. All of the energy of a dead world that strained against her many barriers, eternally demanding to be released. I believe this effort hurt her. I believe she lived her life in pain. But I reiterate again, for I think it is important enough to repeat. These beliefs are based on my time at her side, watching her as she moved through strife and sorrow. She would say she felt fine and well, and then she'd ask you if you needed any help. Ruthie, the character with the sword on her back in this trailer, is the one who narrates that during the comics, recapping her time as Supergirl's companion. We see hints of the adventures they go on in this very trailer. One thing I truly love is seeing the pain in Millie Alcott's eyes. Kara went through the destruction of Krypton and did not find the loving family that Clark found in Kansas. She still has that goodness in her. Why? What kept her stable all this time? Was it in fact the booze on the Red Sun planets? This movie seems to be answering those questions. Truly one of my favorite comics of all time. But now you add on the new Superman and how akin it was to the Donner and All-Star Superman archetype that I can't help but look at this a bit skeptical. The promise of the James Gunn universe is that we are not getting the dark DC characters we got from the Snyder movies. With the timing of this in the Green Lanterns trailer, it seems like we're starting to backtrack on what fans really want out of this universe. What fans fell in love with Superman 2025. Energy. We believed a man could fly again, and it was overwhelmingly positive. It's another wait and see for sure from these trailers, but I just don't get that fantastical sci-fi pop and color. Superman's trailers felt unbelievable. Blockbuster feeling. I mean, that theme song with the guitar in the background. Chills down my spine. These Supergirl trailers haven't made me feel like that. I want this movie to redefine what Supergirl is. I think that's what Woman of Tomorrow did so well. Did you read Woman of Tomorrow? If so, tell me what you thought of this trailer in the comments. I cannot wait to do a review of this movie in June and then followed by the Lanterns coming later this summer. So please subscribe for all that content on Fun Watch, and we'll see you on the next one.